Well, in relation to these regulatory independent bodies, I think it's a rather new phenomenon, I think, in Serbia, actually, developed since basically 2005, 2007. So we are at the early stage. What needs to be done is, principle, a number of things. First of all, logistic, to give these bodies the capacity to operate properly, meaning premises, staff, budget, and so on has to be, of course, dedicated and ensured. That's the first step. Second step is to give them all the expertise so that they can in fact gather within their staff the good expertise, that they can also exchange knowledge with other bodies, similar bodies in the rest of Europe or worldwide, eventually to acquire knowledge how to operate, how to work better in this context. The third element is that the Parliament and the government have to be very careful in the nominations. When you choose the people, you have to choose the right people at the head of these bodies, because these are very demanding tasks, and they have to be with all the expertise, all the knowledge, and all the capacity to act properly. I think we have good examples. The Ombudsman, Commissioner Šabić are quite known today in the public, so I think there are good examples, but also sometimes I think the system should be more transparent in the way people are nominated and recruited for these important posts. Now, what we need to see more, I think, for the future is clearly that all the activities, the reports which they bring, when they point to weaknesses in the administration, that the government and the parliament take action to say, okay, this is not acceptable, these weaknesses have to be corrected, the recommendations have to be followed. When the administration doesn't act correctly, it needs, of course, to correct that. And this cannot wait. I think citizens have their rights. These bodies are there to defend the rights of the citizens. When there's a court decision that is sentencing the administration, I think then the administration has to correct. For instance, when you have a typing of conversation by the secret services, this has to be authorized by a court, by a judge. Obviously, this is a good example. When you have Roma people which are invisible in the society because they're not recognized, they don't have ID cards, they cannot have social rights or economic rights recognized, this needs to be corrected. So there has to be a system for them to register as proper citizens. When the state audit authority is pointing to problems with the public procurements, I think then the new law should correct and address these problems properly, and there has to be a debate in the parliament on how to do that and how to improve the system and how to improve democracy in general terms.